Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do the full guide and walkthrough for this season. I will show you how to target all 25 fights, I'll show you some alternative too, I will let you know when to use your Z tier and give you some tips in general. This season I would really advise you to go with the full blast team. There is this Majin Buu Saga team that needs you to go full blast and you're gonna face it 3 times in fight number 5, fight number 13 and fight number 25. So a full blast team is going to be more advantageous, but if you do not have a good one, maybe go with a strike team, but you're going to struggle a lot in here. The next harder fight in this season is going to be the future one, which is the Tree Fist. Is going to have the Rose, the Ultra who can super turn 1. Is going to have a triple green composition, so blues are not going to be the greatest in this fight, and overall blue are a very weak color this season because you're gonna have the Evil Boo that you're gonna take at the end in the 3 Majin Buu Saga fight. You're gonna have this fight with the Ultra Rose who can super, and there is a triple green composition. You also have this fight which is the third hardest, and it has a triple green composition which is not the greatest. If you have a lot of blues, maybe I would advise you to take 2 purples with them, but purples themselves are not the best always, but this is my advice. Try to limit the amount of blues to 2 if you can maximum. Greens are gonna be good, yellows are gonna be decent, and red are gonna be decent overall this season. But let me explain to you what I mean by a full blast team, and it's pretty simple. It's a team that has mainly blast attacks the abilities. It's a team that has characters that are range type and characters that have a higher blast attack stat compared to a strike attack stat. So all your characters are going to be coherent in terms of the abilities. For example, here we have Amon Blast Attack, HP buff Roshi to bulk my team. We're going to have Raisin with the double defense to make us more tanky. Broly Blast Attack, and we're going to have another cooler Blast Attack. We're really limiting the strike attack to none if possible, because in TOP you can choose the art you can use, and we're going to choose our strongest and buff them with our Z abilities with the maximum possible. This is the team I will use next week in the gameplay video if you want to watch it, and I broke down all the replacement. If you need someone else and use the same, it's gonna be in the team's video. Another thing, if I tell you to go full blast in a fight, what you're gonna do is change everyone to blast like this, and full blast mean all 6 characters in that fight need to go blast basically. Similarly for strike, if you want to use a strike team, you basically use character with a strike attack ability that are melee type, that have a higher strike attack stats, and if I tell you to go full strike, you change everyone to strike like that. Pretty simple. In terms of boost, I already went over it yesterday in the teams video, but if you want a refresher, I will put you the same clip here. If you already saw it, you can jump to fight number 1 using the timestamp. So let's go back to the boost. Like I said, you do not need to change your team every season. If you have one that works for you, you can keep it, just change the 2Z. And that's because 2Z is generally enough for the 1k CC. If you want more safety, what you can do is 2Z plus 1S or like 3Z, and that should be good, as long as you have a good enough character in terms of stars and friendship. Other than that, you need to bring them for the last 10 fight, because as you can see, from fight 15 to 25, the percentage for the win streak increases rapidly compared to the first 14 fight, and usually the last 2 fight give you more point than the first 14 fight. And what you do is you take your strong team, keep your weak Z in your bench, and keep them healthy from fight 1 to 14, and then from fight 15 you start bringing them up and try to get as much point as possible. In terms of friendship, try to have at least everyone friendship 5. I would recommend friendship 10, because friendship is gonna help you survive better, and surviving the entire way is the most important thing in TOP. Even with a low boost, if you survive the entire way with a full C tier team and maybe 1S or 1Z, you can get like 800 to 500 CC, and that's just for surviving, because the win streak is too important, and if you die you're gonna lose it, and you need to do all the 25 TP. So friendship is gonna help you for that overall. In terms of stars, it's gonna be on screen. Try to not have any low star unit. I would say any character that released after Beast Gohan or like Red Cooler in that area, so DBL 49 and above, need to be at least 7 star. Do not have more than 2 7-star character in your entire team, and try to have at a minimum 9 star. Anything that released before Beast Gohan DBL 49 need to be 9 star too, is super important for surviving. Your ultras do not have any at 5 star, 8 star minimum. The Zenkai character that Zenkai need to be Zenkai. They can be Z7 7 star, it can be okay. And other than that, you can pause the screen and look at it. For equipment, it goes as followed. Try to have a C equip on everyone, a gold equip that is the clash one on everyone and it gives HP plus double offense, and the third gold equip that depends on the type of character, and it's all explained on screen. That's all for the equipment. Let's jump to fight number 1. Let's start with fight number 1, which is gonna be in the right hand side. It's a pretty easy one. The only thing you need to know about before going into this fight is there is a debuff from Urine. So the middle row and the middle column, so the cross like that, is gonna be debuffed with a defense, HP restore turn 1, and from turn 3, if she's alive, she's gonna debuff HP restore for the rest of the fight. So avoid putting characters in the middle row and middle column if they're not tanky, and you can put most of your character in the four corner. Just 2 of them are gonna be debuffed, and I would advise you the least tanky ones and the ones the most tanky ones and the ones that can deal with enemy damage, to put them in the middle, and all the others in the corner. Or if you need like a Trunks for support, you can put him in the middle and the others in the corner, so that they will avoid a lot of debuff. For targeting, my advice is gonna be pretty simple. We're gonna take the Chaozu first. This guy is gonna auto-destruct when he's below 15% HP, so eliminate him quickly before he attacks, and we avoid the auto-destruct. My other advice is gonna be to put your yellows on the key recovery tiles here. You have 2 of them, so try to put yellow characters there. Do not put any greens in there or any reds. You want your reds to be slow because you're gonna attack Roshi second, and your greens you don't want them to be fast because this purple guy is gonna be a type advantage versus them, and you're gonna take longer to attack. So put any yellow if possible here. Also, you can put purples on the key recovery so they are not slow and attack the Roshi. And the second is gonna be Roshi. That's why I said the reds, do not put them here. And we're gonna try to eliminate him before turn 2 because he can stun turn 2. This is a 3-fit, so it's probably possible to do that. Third is gonna be Urine. Like I said, she's gonna debuff again from turn 3, so we're gonna stop her from doing that. After that, it's gonna be the purple dog. He's gonna do the most damage from the remaining 3. Then it's gonna be Frost. Frost is gonna stun someone turn 2 from your team, but I'm already attacking 2 other characters, so we cannot eliminate 3 in turn 1. And at the end, it's gonna be the Goldo. He has HP buffs, so he's gonna be the tankier from the remaining, and we take him at the end. Now let's get to fight number 2. It's a pretty simple, not too difficult this one. I would advise you to take the Videl first. She has some support, she does the most damage, but what's gonna happen is you're gonna attack Gohan before her because of the taunt, but still target Videl first. In case you didn't eliminate Gohan turn 1, you start attacking Videl turn 2 before the Gohan. He's pretty slow, so end of turn 2 you can finish him. Videl is gonna be 1, Gohan is gonna be 2. 3, I would go with the yellow Broly. He does the most damage from the remaining, and he's pretty tanky because he HP buff himself, but we're gonna try to eliminate him third. Otherwise, you can take the Goten then the Broly, but I would prefer Broly than Goten. 5th is gonna be the Goku. He doesn't do too much. He has death buff, but they do not do anything. And last is gonna be the green Broly. He's pretty tanky with the HP buff, plus he has a nullifier, so we try to keep him at the very end and Rising Rush, and we don't take too much eliminating him. Let's get to fight number 3, which is gonna be here in the right hand side, and it's gonna be the Ginyu Force one. I would advise you to go full blast for this one, because there is 3 strike cover with the Ginyu, the 2 tag unit, Even if you're going to avoid one for sure because Jis and Berter are going first, you still might risk 2 character. But if your team is 2 strike heavy, keep it strike, it's fine. 2 cover is not the end of the world. For targeting, what we're gonna do is Jis and Berter are gonna go first. This character only attacks which when they attack type disadvantage, and you can catch them as a red unit before they attack if you eliminate them or attack them before they do. They have 2.5k key recovery. They're not the fastest, so you can do that. Second, because this is a tree fest, I would go with the Goku Ginyu. You probably can eliminate 2 in turn 1 and stop him from debuffing. After that, I would go with the Raccoon and Gildo. And then after that, I'm gonna go with the EXGs. Then the EX Raccoon. This guy loses damage cut when allies die, or Ginyu Force allies die. So we keep him 5th. And last is gonna be the Purple Ginyu. He has a revive, so he takes too long to eliminate, and we keep him at the end. Now let's get to fight number 4, which is gonna be a little bit more challenging, and it's gonna be this one. There is 2 revival character here, so this fight is gonna take a little bit long to finish it. And there is also a super from Pycon, so we need to eliminate him before turn 3. When he can do that, he also can transform, and he need to be going early on. We also have this Tien who gets super strong later on in the fight. He gains some damage turn 2, some damage turn 3, so he also need to be going early. And for targeting, what we're gonna do is take either Pycon first or the Tien first, and the other is gonna go second. If you are going to take Pycon first, what you're gonna do is put your blue units, if you have 2 blue units, put them on the key recovery up, so they get fast and they can eliminate Pycon. Do not put any green, you want your green to be slow and attack the Tien second. If you want to take Tien first and Pycon second, what you're gonna do is put your green unit on the key recovery, and do not put your blue unit on the key recovery. Also don't put any red unit, because type advantage versus Tien is not great. And you can take him first, then Pycon second. Me, I would advise Pycon before Tien because he transformed turn 2, and Tien is pretty slow turn 2, so you can eliminate him before he attack. So put your blue units on the key recovery, don't put any yellow, and go with Pycon first, then Tien. Third is gonna be the Gohan. He does more damage than the 2 characters here, and we're gonna pop his revive and try to eliminate him. After that is gonna be the Tien. Then it's gonna be the future Gohan who has some death buff, and at the end it's gonna be the Pycon. He has a revive, so we're gonna keep one of the revives at the end, and I prefer the Pycon instead of the Gohan. That's all for this fight. Now let's get to fight number 5, which is gonna be a very difficult one. However, it's just a tree fester. Like I said in the intro, in this fight you must go full blast because there is 2 characters that gains buffs, debuff and support if they cover someone on strikes, which is gonna be the Gohan and the Shin. The Shin like start debuffing you defense, I believe 20% and key 10%, so you get super slow and all your character will take more damage, which is really bad if that happens. And this Gohan, he will get stronger, give damage to allies, I believe also heal himself, which is not great if he proc the cover. The healing, it doesn't matter, but the others are not amazing, and that's why I would really advise you to go for blast. Even if you have a strike team, please do that, it's super important. There is only 1 blast cover from this book, which is not the worst overall. Hopefully you saved some super, like I said in the intro, for this fight. It might be helpful to full KO with your strike team. Let's go into the targeting, and it's gonna be fusing Super Vegito first. This guy is pretty slow turn 1 and he gets slower turn 2. So what we can do is we can eliminate him turn 1 before he even attack and avoid all his attacks. Second is gonna be the Gohan here, and he does the most damage from the remaining character after Super Vegito. Third is gonna be either Shin, 18 or Kid Buu. I would take Kid Buu, third only if you have a lot of Saiyans. If you do not have a lot of Saiyans, probably keep him 5th. I'll probably take Shin then 18, but you can take 18 then Shin if yellows are annoying for you. And 5th is gonna be Kid Buu. Last is gonna be the Evil Buu, who is pretty tanky, so we keep him at the end and try to Rising Rush. Now let's get to fight number 6, which is gonna be here, and it's a really easy one. You can heal yourself a little bit if you lost some HP, but there is a couple of tricks you need to know before getting in. First thing is there is debuffs from the red 18, and they are super dangerous debuff. She's gonna be debuffing your top row and the middle spot, so everyone here is gonna get debuffed apart from the Broly and Cooler in my area here. So we're gonna avoid putting them in that. Only one character will get debuffed, we can't do much about it, but put your tankier character or the character that will take the least damage on the 18 area. All the others put them outside, because what she's gonna do is she's gonna debuff your defense and damage every turn she is alive, and she's gonna do that by 15%, and it's gonna stack. So turn 1 it's gonna be 15%, turn 2 30, then 45, then 60%, and that's really bad. So what you're gonna do is put your tankier character in the 18 debuff area, all the other put them outside so you can avoid all of that. And the Goten is gonna go first. The Goten, what's gonna happen is he can super turn 2, so we try to eliminate him as soon as we can before turn 2. If you have a high damaging team, you can take 18 seconds and eliminate her before turn 2. But if you do not, I would advise the Trunks. He transform, and we're gonna try to finish him. And after that, I would take 18. This is just a trivet, so we can eliminate her before turn 3 easy if we take her third. After that, what we're gonna do is the Videl. She does more damage than the Great Saiyaman. That is gonna go fifth. And in last is gonna be the Hercule. This Hercule can debuff when he gets below 50% HP, so we keep him at the very end. Now let's get to fight number 7, which is gonna be here. There is again some debuff area you need to avoid, and it's gonna be the bottom row. Zamasu is gonna debuff 10% damage received and 20% HP restore characters in the bottom row, and it's gonna be pretty annoying because you're gonna heal less and take more damage, so do not put anyone in the bottom row if possible. For targeting, it's gonna be the red Tapion, then the yellow, and the red Tapion, what he's gonna do is remove special gauge from one of your character turn 2. If he had like 80% gauge, he's gonna drop to 0. And the yellow Tapion, he debuffs every turn he's alive by 20% damage received, and you're gonna take more damage if he's alive in that turn, start of turn. You can take him before the red if you want to avoid the debuff, it's up to you. But one of them is gonna go first, the other is gonna go second. Third is the green Zamasu. He doesn't do too much, but all the other are tankier, so we're gonna eliminate him quickly. After that, we're gonna take the red Zamasu. He's pretty tanky, but the other two, when you attack them, they will debuff, so we're gonna take the red one before. Then it's gonna be the purple Tapion, and last is gonna be the blue Zamasu, who is pretty tanky and debuff when you hit him. Now let's get to fight number 8, which is gonna be here, and it's gonna be an LOE one. If you have a blast based team, I would advise you to not take too many purples to this fight, 1 purple maximum, because we want to attack this full power Frieza first. We make him nullify one of our blast. He's gonna super after that, but he's gonna be super slow, so we're gonna have at least 4 to 5 attacks to eliminate him. And if some of them are purples, maybe you do not do that before he super, so avoid taking them. Unless you have like 2-3 reds, it's gonna be fine. Regardless, he's gonna go first. Second is the Mecha Frieza. This Mecha Frieza debuffs HP restore if you have any Super Saiyan, so if you can bench your Super Saiyan, I would advise it. Other than that, if you have a full strike team, I would advise you to take Mega Frieza first, then the Red Frieza, and the full power is gonna go last. But for most people, it's gonna be full power, then Mecha Frieza. Third is gonna be Pod Frieza. Then fourth is gonna be EX Purple Frieza, then the EX Yellow, or EX Yellow, then Purple, doesn't matter too much. And last is gonna be the Red Frieza. The only difference between Blast and Strike team, Blast team, or mixed R team, you have both Strike and Blast. Full power first, Mecha Frieza, Pod Frieza, EX Purple, EX Yellow, then EX Red. If you have a Strike team, what you're gonna do is Mecha Frieza, EX Red, Pod Frieza, EX Purple, EX Yellow, and full power at the end. Now let's get to fight number 9, which is gonna be a Vegeta clan fight. There is some debuff, which is gonna be the middle row. It's gonna be blast damage received or blast defense, and the enemy is gonna do extra blast damage if they use a blast card for any character you put in the middle row. I would not put any weak character there, but it's most likely they will use strike art, so it's not gonna be a big problem, the debuff. Just avoid any weak character, I believe, and it should be fine. Let's go for targeting, and it's gonna be the purple Trunks first. I would advise to go full blast if you can, and there is one strike over, and you can avoid the chance if you go full blast. But if you have a strike team, keep a strike, it's not a big problem. Second is gonna be the tag unit. This tag unit, they are the most damaging unit, and you're gonna take them second. You don't take them first because this purple guy can cover rescue and can attack twice, so he's gonna go before them. Third is gonna be the Sword of Hope. Fourth is gonna be the free to play. Then the red Vegeta, who loses all his buff when 4 Vegeta clan ally dies. And then at the end is gonna be the green LL Vegeta. Now for fight number 10, there is gonna be 3 choices. You're gonna have this one, which is the exact same as the fight we did right now. If you found it easy, go with it and use the same targeting. Then you're gonna have this fight and this fight, which is gonna be the same. I would advise you to go with the 3-fister because you're gonna try to keep yourself healthy. But if your team is super healthy and you are confident, you can go with the 5-fist. But I don't advise it too much because you don't get too much difference in this stage of TOP. So probably go with the 3-fist and stay safe, keep your team at a high HP. For targeting, it's gonna be the same, so you can follow depending on what you took. The Super 17 is gonna go first. This guy is gonna debuff when he attacked, and we're gonna try to eliminate him as soon as we can. He's gonna nullify 1 blast if you have blast in your team, but it's just 1 attack and it's not an issue. Second is gonna be the purple 17. He debuffs a lot, he supports, so we're gonna take him as soon as we can. Third is gonna be the Goku, the red one. This guy can super if you keep him too late, so we're gonna take him third. Fourth is the purple Super 17. Then the purple Goku. Purple Goku doesn't do too much, so we take purple Super 17 before him. Then at the end is gonna be green Super 17. He doesn't do too much damage, but he's more tanky than the others, so we keep him at the end. Now let's get to fight number 11, which is gonna be here, and it's not very difficult. In this one, I would advise you to put red units on the key recovery tile here, or any character that is not purple, because we're gonna do the yellow Gotenks first. He is pretty recent compared to the others. He debuffs a lot, and he's very annoying, so he's gonna go first and try to eliminate him as soon as we can. Second is either the green Gotenks or the red one. I'd probably go with the red one, he's faster, so we can eliminate him before he attacks turn 2, and then go to the green one, who is pretty slow, so we can also eliminate him before he attacks turn 2. Then fourth is gonna be the purple. Fifth is gonna be the green Super Saiyan 3 EX. This guy, when he dies, give all ally damage, so we keep him fifth, and we don't let him death buff a lot of characters. Then last is gonna be the yellow Super Saiyan 3. He's pretty tanky, so we keep him at the end. I would advise you to put your purples on the damage reduction because we are taking a yellow at the end. Now let's get to fight number 12, which is a pretty difficult one compared to the other. I would advise you to go full blast if you can for this fight, because there is 2 potential strike over with the Piccolo Jr. and Goku. But if you have a strike team, don't worry too much, I will give you an alternative. But let's start with the full blast team. So change everyone to blast, and you're gonna take either the DKP first or Bulma first, and the other is gonna go third. Probably go with the DKP because we can eliminate him before he attacks turn 1, and we're gonna stop him from debuffing turn 2. Bulma also debuff when she attacks, but she's pretty fast, so probably keep her third, she will debuff you anyway. Second is gonna be Piccolo Jr., and the other that you didn't take first is gonna go third, which is probably Bulma. And after that I will take Launch, then Yamcha, and finish with the Goku, who is pretty tanky, so we keep him at the end. Try to Rising Rush. If you have a full strike team, change everyone to strike, or even keep it mixed, it's the same, and go with Piccolo Jr. first, then after that Bulma, then the green DKP, after Launch, Yamcha, and we finish with the Goku. Now let's get to fight number 13, which is the same as fight number 5, I believe, and it's gonna be a similar tactic. Let me recap very quickly. You must go full blast for this fight because there is the Shin who can debuff when he covers the strike. It's gonna be a lot of damage received, and also he can support. This Gohan gain a lot of damage and support allies if he strike over, so full blast is a must. In terms of targeting, it's gonna be the fusing Super Vegito first, then the Gohan. Third is gonna be the Shin, then the 18. Fifth is Kid Buu. You can take Kid Buu third if you have a lot of Saiyans in your team, then Shin is gonna go fourth and 18 fifth. And last is going to be the Evil Boo, who is a very tanky, and we try to Rising Rush him. He also can cover Blast, but it's just one Blast cover, it's not a big issue. Now let's get to fight number 14, which is gonna be in the second half, and you have two options. You can do this, which is the same as fight number 2. If you found it easy, you can go back to fight number 2 with the timestamp and use the same targeting. If you found it hard, I think this one is much easier. They will give similar point overall, and let me show you how to target for this fight number 14. What we are going to do is Baby or the yellow Majub first, and the other is gonna go second. They're probably both supporting each other, so I'm gonna try to eliminate them at the start. For targeting, I would advise the Baby first if you have some fast green unit or fast purple unit, and we're gonna try to maximize our damage. If you have some fast red unit, you probably take Majub before Baby, so they don't attack the Baby type disadvantage, and they attack Majub type advantage, and the other is gonna go second. Now third is gonna be the EX Baby here. After that, I would advise to go with the purple Janemba. Then fifth is gonna be the EX Majub, who gets some buff when he gets below 60% HP, so we can put him fifth. And at the end is gonna be the red Janemba. Now, if you have a full strike team, what I would advise you to do is take the red Janemba first, then either Baby or Majub. Then third is gonna be the purple Janemba, red Baby, and at the end is gonna be the EX Majub. Because there is a Blast Nullifier, Blast team they will keep Janemba, the red one, at the end. But strike team they can take him at the start and eliminate him as quickly as possible. Now let's get to fight number 15, and this is where we're gonna start bringing our Z tier. In this fight you can bring 2 Z tier. It's a pretty easy one, and you're gonna get a lot of points from it if you bring your 2 Z tiers. Unless you have like one of them that is a green and low HP, maybe don't bring him because there is 2 purple enemy. For targeting, it's gonna be the Whis first. He can stun someone turn 2, and he does the most damage, so we're gonna take him at the start. Second is Golden Frieza, pretty slow, we can eliminate him before he attack if you have enough damage. Third is gonna be Green Golden Frieza, he doesn't do too much, but he does more damage than the Green Shishami here. And we're gonna do the fourth with the Goku. He loses a lot of buff turn 3, so we're gonna keep him a little bit later, that's why he's gonna go fourth. Fifth is Shishami, and at the end is gonna be the Vegeta, who nullify a blast, so with the blast team you keep him at the end. Now let's get to fight number 16, which is gonna be above here, and it's not very difficult. In terms of Z tiers, you can take 2 Z tiers I believe, but I would advise only one, especially if one of them is blue, because blues are not great in this fight. Also red are not the best, but they can be okay. I would advise you to take purples, avoid blues or reds, and it's gonna be important to eliminate in time, because you're gonna have Yurien that debuff HP restore from turn 3, and she does that for 2 turns if she's alive turn 3. She also debuffs turn 1 30% HP restore plus 15% damage received, similar to fight 1 if you remember. And avoid putting any character that is weak in the debuff area from Yurien, because she's going to do that from start of battle. Put them in the 4 corners, just you're gonna have 2 characters in that debuff, and try to put anyone that is tanky. Do not put any Z tier in that, for example, and put them in the corners. You're gonna also have the Ribrian, who's gonna debuff turn 3 like Yurien, but he's gonna be damage received, he's gonna be in the same area, so do not put too many characters in there. For targeting, what's gonna happen is the Kyoei is gonna go first. She's having a cover, she does the most damage, she needs to go very quickly. After that is gonna be either Yurien or Ribrian, and the other is gonna go third, and you need to eliminate them before turn 3. That's why I would advise a lot of purples, greens are gonna be good, and avoid red or blue unit if possible. Third, I'm gonna go with the Vados, then it's gonna be the 18, and at the end we eliminate the Kate, who loses damage cut when allies die, and she's gonna be less tanky at the end. Now let's get to fight number 17, which is gonna be here. I would advise you to not take too many purples to this fight. 1 purple maximum if you have like 2 red units, and you should be good to go. because you're gonna attack this yellow first tag unit, and you're gonna have Frieza who's gonna stun one of your characters, and only 5 of your character will attack, which means if you have too many purples you might need to eliminate them before end of turn 1, which is a shame. They're super slow, so you can eliminate them before they attack if you have enough character that do damage to them. I would also advise you to go full blast if you can. There is one cover from Broly, so if he cover, only 4 attack will land here, and it's not the greatest. Anyway, if you can go full blast, do it. If you can't, one cover is not a big issue. In terms of Z tier, one Z tier is enough. Just do not take any purple Z tier. Unless he's high HP, you can take him, it's okay. Targeting wise, it's gonna be the Fusion Gogeta Blue first, second Blue Broly, then Green Broly. After that, I would go either Purple Goku or Red Frieza, and the other is gonna go 5th. And at the end, it's gonna be the Vegeta. Now, let's get to fight number 18, which is gonna be the Ginyu Force here, and it's the same as number 20, so I will give you the same advice, and I will do them at the same time. Of course, you can rewind if you forget when you get to fight number 19. For Z tier, you can take 2 Z tier if they are high HP, but if one of them is low HP, maybe take only one Z tier that is the higher HP. I wouldn't advise to take a Z tier that is green and low HP, because we are going to take the Ginyu at the end. I would also advise you to go full blast if you can. There is 2 potential strike cover, so full blast you will avoid them, but if your team is strike heavy, keep a strike, it's not a big issue. For targeting, it's gonna be the tag Jason Berter first, then the tag Rokum and Guldo. After that is gonna be the red Goku Ginyu, and it's gonna be Geese. After that the Rokum, the EX, and we finish with the Ginyu that revive at the end. Now let's get to fight number 19, which is gonna be here, and it's the same one. The only difference is I would say put a blue unit here in the key recovery, so you attack the G Sunburter early on and get a type advantage hit on them. Now let's get to fight number 20, and it's gonna be this one. Z tier wise, my advice is take 2 if they are high HP. If they are not high HP and one of them is low HP, maybe take only one, so you do not take a lot of risks and lose one in this fight. It's just number 20. You're gonna have way more fights later on that give you more points. Targeting wise, if you took 2 Z tiers, what I would advise is take the Bojack first and the Green Super Saiyan 3. If you have only one Z tier, take the Super Saiyan 3 then the Bojack. You're gonna try to eliminate Bojack quickly. With a lot of Z tier, maybe don't eliminate him before he's super. That's why we take him first if you have 2 Z tier. Third is gonna be either Vegeta or Bardock. They do the most damage from the remaining, and the other is gonna go 4th. 5th is gonna be the Gohan, and we finish with the Broly at the end. He doesn't do too much, so we keep him last. Now let's get to fight number 21, which is gonna be a very hard one compared to the others. Z tier wise, I wouldn't advise taking any in this one, unless you have someone that is purple and very strong, you can take him. But overall, I wouldn't advise it. Also, I wouldn't advise too many blue units. There is 3 green enemies, sorry, and there is a super from a green enemy, which is not the greatest, so blue units are not gonna be super good in this fight. Purples are gonna be great. If you have a lot of purples, it's gonna be good. For targeting, you're gonna take the Rose first. I forgot, before we get into that, there is the Zamasu debuff in the bottom row, so don't put anyone in the bottom row if you don't want your damage received and HP restored to be debuffed. Let's go back to the order, and we're gonna go with Ultra Rose first. Second is gonna be Red Goku Black, then Blue Goku Black. You can take the blue before the red if you want to, that works too, and both of them are gonna go before turn 3. After that is gonna be the green Merge Zamasu. Then 5th and 6th is gonna be either the green Zamasu and Rose 5th and the blue Zamasu 6th, or Zamasu the blue one 5th and the green Zamasu Rose 6th. Both are very tanky, so we keep them at the end. I would advise you to take the blue one last if you have a lot of red units, and I would advise you to take the green one last if you have a lot of blue units. Now let's get to fight number 22, and it's gonna be the future one here, and it's not the hardest ever. In terms of Z tier, I would say if the 2 of them are high HP, take them both. If only one is high HP and the other isn't, you take only the one that is high HP. If the 2 of them are low HP, you take one and you keep one for later. I would advise to not take a purple one for this fight, because you are eliminating yellows quite late. In terms of targeting, it's gonna be the tag unit first. They can tag switch only when they attack type disadvantage, so we can eliminate them before they do that, and they're pretty slow, so we can eliminate them before they attack even. Second is gonna be Blue Trunks. He can super when a Gohan dies, so we're gonna eliminate him before any Gohan. And third is gonna be the tag Gohan and Trunks. They're very annoying with the tag switch and they do some decent damage, so they're gonna go third. After that is gonna be the future Gohan, and this guy is gonna go fourth because he can support and all, so we're gonna take him as soon as we can after the tag unit. Then it's gonna be the future Gohan, the EX, and we finish with the yellow Trunks. Now if you have LOE or Frieza Force team, you're gonna take the yellow Trunks here third before the tag unit, then you're gonna take the tag unit fourth, then the EX fifth, and you finish with the LL future Gohan because he does extra damage versus LOE and Frieza Force, and it's gonna be very annoying if you keep him at the end. Now let's get to fight number 23, which is gonna be above here, and it's gonna be pretty similar. It's the same as fight number 24, so we're gonna use the same logic overall. Z tier wise, same advice. I would say take the two of them if they're both healthy. If one is healthy and the other is not, take the healthy one. If the two of them are unhealthy, take one now and keep one for the next fight. In terms of targeting, what we're gonna do is the tag unit first, like last time. They can tag switch only when they go type disadvantage or when they attack type disadvantage, so we can eliminate them before they do that. Second is gonna be either the tag unit or Cell. Cell can debuff on hit, but only one character. The tag unit are very annoying with the tag switch mechanic and the damage, so one of them is gonna go second, the other third. I would advise you the tag unit before Cell because it's pretty tanky, it's gonna take longer to eliminate. After that is gonna be one of the EX on with fourth, the other fifth, and we finish with future Gohan at the end and try to Rising Rush him. Now for fight number 24, you're gonna have two choices. If your team is super high HP and your Z tiers are high HP, you're gonna take the Cell fight. If your team is low HP and you are struggling a little bit, I would advise you to take the same fight as we did, use the same order, but try to take your two Z tier to this fight, even if one of them is low HP. You're gonna have a damage reduction tile, and you can use it to try and make them survive all the fight. It's gonna be just a 3 fist, but it's gonna give you a good amount of point. Now let me show you how to target this one, of course, because we didn't do it this season. If you're taking this fight, I would assume you have a very strong team, a very high HP team, so you can take 2 Z tier and they are high HP. If they're not high HP and you have a weak team, take the 3 fister, it's gonna be better. Now this is fight number 24, not 25 in the overlay. I made a mistake, but that's okay. In terms of debuffs, there is the purple Cell who debuff the middle row, so avoid putting any characters in the middle row. It's gonna debuff start of battle 10% defense, so 10% damage received, and 30 ki. The ki doesn't matter, but damage received is gonna be annoying, so you're gonna take more damage for any character in the middle row. Avoid it if possible. We're gonna take the purple or red Cell first, and the other is gonna go second. I would advise you to go either full blast or full strike for this fight, because there is a lot of covers, and if you take one or the other, you're gonna avoid as many cover as possible and try to take the strongest art for your team. If you have a strike team, go full strike. If you have a blast team, go full blast. Regardless, purple Cell, the new one, is gonna go first, then the red Cell, or red Cell then purple Cell, doesn't matter too much. If you have fast blue unit, probably take the red one before the purple. If you have fast yellow, take the purple before the red one. Then after that is gonna be the other purple Cell, then the yellow Cell here, and then we're gonna go with the yellow here, which is gonna be the old one, and then you're gonna take the revival at the very end. Takes too long to eliminate. Now let's get to fight number 25, which is gonna be the same as the mini boss and fight number 5. We have done it 2 times before, so you already know how your team does versus this fight, so you probably will know how many Z tier to take better than me, and you can decide. But overall, I would advise only 1 Z tier, unless the 2 of them are very strong and very high HP. You can take the 2 of them. You have a damage reduction tile, use it if someone is low HP, so he's not gonna die. Let me remind you of the strategy. Try to go full blast, or you must go full blast because there is 2 characters. When they strike cover, they get buffs, debuffs, support, and so on. so we're gonna avoid it. They're also gonna make you slower and take more damage. So full blast is a must. We're gonna take the Fusion Super Vegito first, then the Gohan. Third is gonna be the Shin, then the 18, then the Kid Buu. If you have a lot of Saiyans in your team, take Kid Buu, Shin, then 18. Otherwise, Shin, 18, then Kid Buu. And at the end, it's gonna be the Evil Buu. He has a blast cover, but it's just one cover. It's not an EQ, and he's the tankiest, so we're gonna keep him at the end. That's all for today's video. Next week is gonna be my own gameplay using the movie team I showed you in the teams video. So if you want to watch that, it's gonna be on Saturday. Have a good one. If you have any question, let me know in the comment, and goodbye.